Hey everybody, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about oregano and melaleuca. I get this question a lot because they're very similar. So people say, why do I need both? So I wanted to just try to explain it a little bit. So one way to think about oregano and melaleuca is they do have similar benefits, but they also have some unique benefits to each other as well. Their chemistry is a little bit different from each other. And they are best known for being really good at fighting infections. So if it's a virus or a bacteria or a mold, these oils are excellent at fighting them off. And there are studies in PubMed that talk about how oregano in particular is really good at fighting infections, as good as or sometimes even better than antibiotics. So antibiotics are for bacteria. Conventional medicine doesn't have much in the way of viruses. So if you have a virus, the doctor will usually tell you to go home and rest and get plenty of fluids. And the essential oils do fight viruses. And for mold, Melaleuca is especially good. But kind of one way to think about it is this way. So sometimes you have two tools and they're similar but different. So say you have a piece of paper and you want to pin it to the wall. And so, if it's a regular wall, like this one in front of me, it's pretty hard. I'm probably going to need a hammer to get this. If I have a little nail in this piece of paper and I want to pin it up, I'm going to have to use a hammer. But say I'm trying to put it into a corkboard, then all I need with my little nail is just push it in with my finger. So sometimes you need a big hammer and sometimes you just need a little push. And it would be way overkill to push a piece of paper into a corkboard with a hammer, right? But sometimes you do need the hammer. But when you don't need the hammer, might as well not use it and just let it rest. And so that's why I like Melaleuca. Melaleuca is a bit more gentle. It's still super effective, but it's a bit more gentle. So I like it more for kids, more for sensitive people, and more for just when your issue that you're having is a little bit more mild. Now, if you have a really big infection and you need a big gun, you can pull out oregano. There's also a study that shows oregano is really good at breaking down biofilm, which is kind of like a little house that like a bacteria or a virus or a parasite puts themselves under to evade something like antibiotics or evade the immune system. So it hides in there. And that is a pretty big problem. And antibiotics are very bad at breaking through biofilm. But essential oils are good at it, like oregano. So if you take oregano and melaleuca together, the oregano is breaking down the biofilm, and then the melaleuca comes in and kills the infection, the virus, bacteria, whatever. So they're a pretty powerful team. And so that's why I think it's really awesome to have both in your household. Some things people are using it for warts. I've had great testimonials in my own family and in my tribe for just oregano. I've also had good reports with oregano and melaleuca together. I don't recommend using oregano straight. It will hurt. It's very strong. So I would dilute it with some fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil. And, in general, I just think it's always beneficial to dilute. There's a few situations where I don't, such as if I get a burn, in the kitchen or a sunburn. I don't want the fats from a carrier oil to trap in the heat. So I just use lavender directly. It's plenty gentle for that. Also, sometimes when people are using cypress essential oil on their veins, they're trying to clear up spider veins or varicose veins. Sometimes they don't get the results from using it diluted, and some people are able to use it neat. Some people are irritated by that, but some people are able to use it neat and get better results. But in general, when you're not sure, I would just dilute everything. And in my group, I have a list of hot and cool oils, and those are the oils that are the strongest, and you just want to make sure you dilute them so they don't irritate you. And so, that's why sometimes you just need two tools. Kind of another way to think about it, say you're eating some soup and it's like chicken and vegetables in a soup. You could use a fork, you'll get most of it out. You'll get the chicken and the vegetables out, but you'll miss the liquid part, right? So a spoon would be better. But if you're eating like, say, ziti or something, you could eat that with a spoon, but it's probably a lot easier to eat it with a fork. So that may not be the best analogy, but just to kind of give you some examples of sometimes having two different but similar tools is really effective. The last thing I wanted to touch on is there's some disagreement among the experts about oregano and how long you can use it for internal use. And so I wanted to kind of tell you both sides of the story. So some experts will say you can use it daily, it's not a problem. It doesn't hurt the good bacteria in our guts if we take it internally. It's fine. Other experts will say, it's so strong, and there's studies in PubMed showing it's as strong as an antibiotic, So we don't want to do that daily long term. You want to save that for when you're really sick. So just so you know, there's a disagreement. Personally, I go back to the hammer analogy. If you don't need a hammer, might as well save it. I don't think you need it for daily use. Because remember, you can't do unlimited essential oils daily. You got to pick and choose what you're going to use. So I'd say save the oregano for when you really need it. And on a daily basis, you can use something else. Okay, so as far as how much oil can you use on a daily basis, again, there's not agreement on this, so I'll just share you different perspectives. Dr. Hill says up to, I believe it's 28 drops a day is good and safe. Dr. X says that amount can be fine short term, like if you're having a big health challenge, but long-term daily use, he says 9. So that's 3 drops at a time, 3 times a day. So you can decide for yourself what you're comfortable with, but again, if you don't need a hammer, why use a hammer? And remember, if you're doing oils internally, you might want to do something like our Pomblin, which helps your body to build collagen, and it supports your metabolism. It helps balance your hormones. So we have that awesome one. You know, we have On Guard for when you're under the weather. We have lemon, which is very cleansing. So you can decide what's most important to you at that time and choose your oils based on that. You also don't have to do anything internally. Some people don't want to do that. That's totally fine. There is a lot of fear-mongering going on out there about ingestion of essential oils. I study this daily, and I think it is absolutely safe when you do it in a common sense way. If you want more information on that, just let me know. We can get into more details. But you just don't need to overdo it. The essential oils are very powerful. They're strong. You only need a little bit. More is not better. You don't also save them. You just need 1 to 3 drops at a time. But if you do not want to do them internally, you can absolutely get tons of benefits using them aromatically, which is breathing them in and putting them on your skin topically. I would love to help you learn more about this if you're new to essential oils. I have multiple ways that I teach about this, Facebook groups, online classes, webinars, one-on-one consults, however you like to learn, I have a way to help you. I can also recommend a book or an app. So let me know if I can help. Here's how you can reach me. I'm on Facebook at Tricia Sheehan Wellness Warriors, TRICIA SHEEHAN. So Tricia Sheehan Wellness Warriors is my Facebook, or our Facebook group where we teach all of our customers about essential oils. Is called the Empowered and Healthy Community. And my email is triciahealthcoach@gmail.com, TRICIA healthcoach@gmail.com.